Speed of diagnosis is just as important as accuracy. I've always said that ethics get in the way of good medicine.
Yeah, the cold bone's connected to the flu bone, and you don't need either of those suckers.
No, the fedora does not come off during sex, honey, because I like the way it looks.
Rapid class, we are back. How many times have I said that?
Definitely on the last episode, so at least 2.
Guess it's stuck in my head.
Yeah, maybe that's our new catchphrase.
We still have listeners. Got a text from Ben the other day, OG guest of the podcast. He listened to fecal curriculum content.
So yeah.
Some good work.
Oh, I'm glad, dude. I'm glad we're doing what the fans want. We wouldn't be here without them, dude.
That's what we're here to do.
How
you been? What's going on? Give me the updates.
So I was in West Hartford on Friday and then Stamford last night. Just back-to-back marathon of party and stuff. Went to the beach yesterday, cut up my foot super bad. This beach was so rocky, dude. I have a gnarly slash like that goes like from in between my toes and then like down a little bit almost into the center of my foot. It's not fun to walk on, but other than that, yeah, great time. Just exhausting day of debauchery, I guess.
Spike ball?
Oh, lots of spike ball, dude.
Oh.
My hands, I don't know. I went like full Matrix mode, dude. I couldn't miss. I was a monster on the court, if I do say so myself.
I have now single-handedly taught probably a dozen kids in my class how to play spike ball.
You're like the Mortys that go into Africa. Yeah, that too.
Johnny Appleseed with spike ball. Yeah, I keep it in the trunk of my Jeep everywhere I go. Really
Nice.
Looking forward to the first time you visit and we get to play against all of the scrubs I've taught.
Hell yeah, dude. Just make them not your friends anymore.
Oh yeah. Till then, I build the friendship up, and then we want to see if it can withstand that.
Right, yeah, that's a good test to know if you got real ones out there, those you can just absolutely destroy and see if they stick around.
Yeah, some of them got it, man. You pick it up quick, but some of them are definitely naturals.
Okay. Excited
it won't be
to
a
see
walk
that.
in the park.
I don't know, dude. I don't know how they do it down there in Texas, but up here in New England, dude, we take spike ball pretty damn seriously.
Considering I had to teach all of them, not too seriously.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Honestly, I know that like your friends are probably cool people, but they sound pretty pathetic if I'm not mincing my words.
Shout out to my homies. Let me know if you're listening.
Yeah. Anything? What's up with you, buddy?
Well, we have an exam, the first exam in 10 days. So
Okay.
It's already crunch time is what that
Right.
means. Yeah, crunch time started like 3-4 days ago, and it is continuing.
Absolutely.
It's I think about 7.5 hours now. I've just been at my computer doing homework. This is a nice welcome break, and then I will be back to my computer for another 5 or so.
Oh boy.
And that's a Sunday.
Dude, how sore is your ass from sitting down all the time?
Very. That might
Yeah.
be the dildo I keep forgetting on the seat, but
Oh my god, this is my bed of nails chair. I'm such an idiot.
this is for the other torture room,
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
not the homework one. But yeah, so it's mostly been that. I've been doing a lot of studying. I gotta say, again, as always, shout out to my classmates. 4 of them arranged a big-ass game of Kahoot, and 30 of us got together in the auditorium yesterday on Saturday evening to play disease trivia on Teams.
Wait, what is Kahoot?
Kahoot is like a trivia thing, but instead of just getting points for correct answer, it's also how fast you answer.
Speed is important. You want to be, you can be the best doctor, but you always want to be the fastest.
That's exactly correct. That's the weight of those things. But
speed of diagnosis is just as important as accuracy.
Sure.
Yeah. Take it from me.
We have one auditorium at the school because it fits like 75 and there's only 50 of us in a class.
Mm-hmm.
And it is super cool. First of all, there's like the desks, all of it is wraparound desk and it's all granite, which is just nice.
Yeah, that is pretty luxurious.
And on each like tier as you go up, bordering the front of it, so it'd be like right behind you as you're sitting. It's all whiteboard. So instead of being like the front of the desk that blocks the feet of the student behind you, it's whiteboard glass. So the whole thing has like tiers of whiteboard. Yeah, it was real nice. We were playing trivia. We got to draw pathways for extra credit. I realized how poorly prepared I am compared to most of my classmates.
Oh, is that so? You don't feel quite ready? You have to go through your training arc?
I didn't not contribute, but clearly diseases are an area that needs some work.
Right. Well, you're trying to cut people open, so you don't need to know diseases. You'll be fine.
Eventually, maybe, the case, but right now, I need to know them.
Oh, you got a cold? I'll cut that bitch right out of you. Don't worry.
Yeah, the cold bone's connected to the flu bone, and you don't need either of those suckers.
Yeah. Why did we evolve to have a flu bone? It's such a mystery to me.
That and the hyoid.
Yeah.
Stupid ass
the
floating
hyoid?
bone. Yeah,
what the
you
heck
have
is
one
a
little.
hyoid?
That's the one that was broken in Epstein's neck when he suicided himself.
Oh,
Consistent with
interesting.
strangulation. It's like the one floating bone in your body. It isn't connected to other bones, but it's kind of in the front of your throat.
How does
Yeah.
that happen?
It's
Maybe
like
I just don't know how
embedded in
bones form.
It's embedded in some of the cartilage and stuff. I could tell you how bones form, but I don't know how exciting a lecture that is.
Please give me the rough and dirty version.
Well, when God takes a rib from one person,
Yeah.
that rib starts to make copies of itself, and then it becomes
Okay.
a skeleton.
Where did that first rib come from? Who is the prime
God.
rib? Oh, okay.
Well, out of Adam, but God's the
Yeah,
answer
yeah.
to all questions.
Yeah, he gets all the credit when Adam was the one giving up ribs and shit, dude. Bullshit.
But no, you have osteoblasts, which are builder cells of bone. And
Okay.
when you're a little baby, it initially forms kind of like cartilage. Like you got, little rubber fetus bones. And by the
Yeah.
time you're born, some of those have hardened, but some still need to grow. Like all of them need to grow, but you get the idea. Over time, imagine different parts of a baby not growing and being baby-sized.
Yeah,
Head
just
is
one
funniest.
leg. Oh my god, a little baby head. A little
On that
squishy
topic,
baby
and
head.
I'll get back to bone growth. I posted the meme from our group chat with all of the thumb head men from Spy Kids and Joe
Yeah.
Rogan into a meme group me that has like 20 of my classmates in it. And none of them liked it, and many of them actively disparaged it. And I gotta say,
Really?
the class of meme knowledge is just so far below what I am used to. I have
Dude, this is another point in the pathetic category. I'm sorry.
easily 90% of the memes that are shared throughout my class originate with me.
These people are gonna have to work very hard to impress me when I visit, dude.
I know, right?
Maybe just like give them some notes, stuff to practice by the time I get there. Really, put on what is it? A dog and pony show.
Yeah, exactly that.
Mm-hmm.
Spikeball, meme etiquette, and
Yeah.
hentai.
I bet they
You better
suck at
study
Smash
up.
too. I'm sorry, but
Some of them are okay, but I haven't yet lost, and that says something.
okay.
I mean, like, I've lost, but not the set.
Yeah, right. You're lifetime positive. I got you.
Yes, correct.
By leaps and bounds, it sounds.
But not for HPV or HIV, which I've learned about recently.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
You're confirmed
we're
not
already
positive.
Yeah, because I've been donating plasma.
Oh, nice, dude. That's is that paying the bills these days?
Money in the pocket. It's taco money, at least.
Oh hell yeah, dude. I would absolutely trade plasma for tacos any day of the week.
I go twice a week, and I just do flashcard review while one arm is pumping out blood.
That's awesome.
Maximize your time. But anyway,
Mm.
do we want to jump back to bone or to meme ripping? Because I didn't finish that tangent either.
See if you can do them at the same time.
These ingrates, not the osteoblasts, but my classmates in the meme group,
Yeah.
they lay down bone. Not the classmates in my meme group, but the osteoblasts.
Right. Okay.
I might lose you
following.
with this.
I'm tracking.
But yeah, we have, okay, so Slack, main everyone chat, group me, really just the memes and casual like hangout get together. And the memes I keep alive. But between those two sources, still, I'd say 90% of the memes or more come from me. And the gall of these fuckers. Liking only some, not realizing that the correct thing to do if you laugh. They're telling me in person that they laughed, but they're not liking the meme. What?
Too little too late, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. But, yeah, and some of them, they don't have the taste buds for, because they're not 6 years of group meme Reddit dive deep like I am.
Right, yeah.
I'm realizing that I genuinely and maybe ashamedly have a very deep knowledge of meme culture, meme references. The number of brain cells occupied with storing that is way more than most people.
Yeah, right.
But they don't love all of them because they're cultureless swine. And the gall of them, some clap back at me for not posting good memes when they're posting none.
Yeah. No solutions, only criticisms.
Hypocrisy. So the other day when I sent a meme dump all at once to group meme was coincident with I spent probably 45 minutes, which I should not have done during exam cram time, and harvested like a dozen and a half A-list baby memes. Threw them all in that group chat, and all of them, like, you know, a third of the group liked, which is the ratio for group meme for a big success.
Right,
Be the equivalent of getting like 13 to 15 group meme likes.
Yeah.
It was like 3, 4, 5. Some even had 6. But every single one of them, a bunch of likes. I'm like, I know what memes you want, but I'm trying to raise you up. Yet you bite the hand that memes you.
No. You have your artistic integrity, dude, and it sounds like you're sacrificing it for success. You fucking sellout.
It was a demonstration. Immediately,
I can do this whenever I want.
I responded in meme with, your booze mean nothing to me. I've seen what makes you cheer, Rick. And then when I posted the dump, one of them was like some anime reference, and a guy liked and commented, so I immediately responded with a meme, like one should. I see you're a man of culture as well. I can do this all day, and they don't understand that. They don't know they're in over their heads. They don't meme like I meme.
I'm imagining when that person ripped on you for your thumb meme. What were they just like, this isn't funny, or were they personally offended? How'd that go?
Tagged me, said at Zane, retire with the clown emoji. After I'd been the only one keeping the memes flowing for weeks.
Oh, what's the not funny didn't laugh copy pasta? Let me find it.
No, you find that. I've even started making memes. Whenever there's a particularly memeable reaction or professor quote or something in class, I will turn around, stop taking notes, meme it, and post it during lecture.
Wait.
I think I've made more memes in my 6 weeks of med school than I have in 4 years of undergrad.
Okay, I think this is it. If you ever just want to tell someone that they're not funny, but you want a quick and easy copy pasta, not funny. I didn't laugh. Your joke is so bad, I would have preferred the joke went over my head and you gave up retelling me the joke. To be honest, this is a horrid attempt at trying to get a laugh out of me. Not a chuckle, not a hee-hee, not even a subtle burst of air out of my esophagus. Science says before you laugh, your brain preps your face muscles, but I didn't even feel the slightest twitch. 0 out of 10, this joke is so bad, I cannot believe anyone legally allowed you to be creative at all. And that's like the first third of it. It just goes and goes and goes.
The problem is, they don't have the meme depth to know that that's a copy pasta if I threw that at them. They'd be like, Jesus Christ, you need to chill out.
Dude, there was this, like
if I posted the I'm a Navy SEAL, I'll hunt you down copy pasta, they wouldn't know that that's a reference. Like, that's the level I'm working with.
They would just think you're a psycho.
I'm a PhD among toddlers.
Meme-wise.
But man, do they know anemia better than me.
You know, different strokes.
I swear to God, memes will come up in my practice.
There's a YouTuber I watch who he set up this whole thing in like a day where he like rented out a theater, invited like all his like subscribers or whatever, just like put it out there, and then had like other internet personalities and like a couple voice actors and stuff just perform copy pastas for like an audience. And yeah, dude, it was awesome. And then he even like in person put in his like honey ad because like that was like the sponsor. And then he bought like everyone Pokemon cards under their chairs.
That sounds so sick.
Yeah, one of them was the I think my favorite one was like the classic like you need a high IQ to enjoy Rick and Morty and how it's like so highbrow.
Speaking of which, new episode tonight.
Yes, sir.
Seems there's a lot of vitriol back and forth about this season, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, it's good.
I think the last one wasn't the strongest, but the first like 4 were all bangers.
Was the last one the Gotron episode?
It might have been. The Morty sperm one was wild, especially the space incest baby twist.
Yeah.
Spoilers. Holy
Yeah.
shit. Obviously, the time travel Aquaman one was great. The time travel bit was incredible.
With Mr. Nimbus, who controls the police.
Yes, yeah. Exactly. The true king of the ocean.
Yeah.
And then, what other episodes have we had? Because
there's the Thanksgiving episode.
Thanksgiving. I like. The one where they're infinitely killing the Asimov.
Oh
paradox
yeah,
or whatever.
the decoys. Yeah, that was great.
I loved that. I thought that was pretty fucking funny.
There was one. It was like the Gotron. It was basically
Planetina also.
Yep. There was. I don't know if it came out already because I remember it leaked a week early and me and Hamza watched it. But it was like, it was the Voltron parody essentially.
Yeah, saw that.
Yeah.
That might have been the most recent that I thought was fine.
That one was weird. It was very strange.
Yeah, right. They start branching out and building bigger and bigger Voltrons.
The Go-Tron, yeah.
Watch them all and I'm dead.
Mm.
But no, I do make a little bit of time every Sunday night to watch that. That's part of the ritual.
Oh, you do that on Sundays? I usually do it the day after. I'm not a real fan,
it comes out 10 p.m. my time.
Yeah, lately, what have I been watching? Mostly just a lot of anime, honestly. I just caught up with Vinland Saga, which was, like, pretty fucking good. It's about Vikings and stuff.
Yep. That was what Finland used to be called.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
Other than that, I started watching this show called Violet Evergarden that Dylan said made him cry, so I'm trying to cry. Haven't cried yet, only one episode in, but we'll get there.
Saving them up for when it does happen.
Yeah, exactly. I'm saving up my tears for something special. For something that really touches me.
Been playing anything?
Not really. I was playing some It Takes Two with Hamza. That was good. Oh, actually, yeah, I have been. I've been playing Final Fantasy 14 lately. Like a bunch.
Still?
Yeah.
Did you end up buying it?
No, so the free trial is unlimited time and you can go up to level 60 with your character. And
Out of what?
Out of 80, but like, and it includes one of the DLCs in it too. Like the free trial is like really all you need for a very long time.
It's base game, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The only thing you can't do with just the free trial is like actually start a party and stuff. But I have 2 friends now who have bought it, so they can always start parties and do raids with me and stuff.
Nice.
Good times. Yeah, dude. But yeah, my first MMO.
Okay.
It's fun with other people. If I was just playing by myself, I probably would have gotten bored and stopped very quickly.
Have I told you my dad no longer plays World of Warcraft?
No way. Why is that?
After
Did
like
something
11
terrible
years.
happen?
Yeah, I think he just like finally started to get burnt out on it. Incredible.
Oh man.
After literally like more than a decade. He's been playing that since like 07 or whenever it came out.
Does he have anything to fill the void?
I honestly don't know. He plays Civilization.
Okay.
Those are the only. He plays World of Warcraft, not anymore, and Civilization 5, and that's like it. All right, dude, you know what you like.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, but there's so much out there.
There's so much. There's so many I'd love to play.
Yeah. That's the thing is, I have so many games that I haven't played. And I don't know what's wrong with me, and I still want to buy more, even though I don't know when or if I'll like ever play 90% of them.
Oh yeah, that's exactly how it goes. You saw what happened with my VR library.
How much did you drop immediately?
I don't want to know.
All right, fair enough.
It wasn't 2 digits.
Right. Okay. It was Gotcha. 2,000 digits.
Yeah. So anyway, bones start out as cartilage, like in the fetus.
Right. Okay.
And then, especially for long bones, it's a little bit more straightforward. If you think of like a femur or a tibia, generally in the middle is kind of the nucleation point for ossification, and that's osteoblasts that start to lay down like the calcium and phosphate minerals as a matrix of bone. And it kind of like starts at the center and grows outward. So as the bone, what's weird is you would think your skeleton is dead, but it's actually very much an alive set of organs.
No way. Set of
organ
organs?
system. However, if you want to call it skeletal system, single organ, bone, whatever. That part's not so important. But yeah, super alive, even in adults, but particularly as children, as you're growing and as the thickness is getting wider, that's induced by a whole bunch of different like growth factors and signal cascades that happen on timers to help create a whole ass organism. But the bony hard part starts at the center of those cartilage rods and then kind of grows and expands outward and also outward in diameter, so you get full-size bones. Then also the caps of bones start to harden like that, and then the last thing to close up is usually where that seals. Those are the growth plates you hear about when you're like in high school or whatever. That's the like line in your bone as it's, you know, if you imagine the tall bone and the boneness rising up through it, that line is the growth plate between the hard on either side. And then eventually that seals, like late teens.
Okay.
And yeah, that's how you get bones. Where that starts and the like pattern that it grows in depends on the bone. Like your wrist ones are all kind of cube-ish shaped. So that's probably is like from the core outward, but it's not so like directional as long bones.
Could you grow a bone, like, not inside of a body, like in a jar?
Coincidentally, that's exactly what I was working on when I did volunteer research at UConn Health my grad year.
Oh, yeah? What was the best bone you grew?
That was the second step. I was working on the first, with that being the goal in mind, rather.
Okay. So you didn't get to grow a bone, is what I'm hearing.
Sadly not. The project was to
laid
continue.
the foundation.
Bingo. But there's a bunch of different ways you can do this. You can take, like, a chunk of bone and then wash it so it's all like immuno-clean and kill all the other stuff off so it's just a scaffold. Or you can use different biomaterial scaffolds that are like polymers or carbohydrates or whatever. And then you can basically put that in cell media, which is the liquid food for cells to grow, seed it with osteoblasts and the other necessary types of cells, or stem cells that can become osteoblasts. And then also in that media flow through different materials, those growth factors I mentioned earlier, that tell cells to become other types of cells or to start doing a particular function. So you can basically put all the ingredients, the workers, those little cells you need, a backbone onto which it can build it, and then all of the ingredients in the soup, as well as the instruction molecule that says build it, and it will start to lay down bone.
Could you theoretically have this bone grow in like any way you want? Like, could you send like programmed instructions to basically make like, I don't know, statues and things out of actual growing bone?
Now, not to the cells. They can't really directionally do it so much, although, interesting side note, to induce cell like differentiation and function as you want when you're growing things from stem cells, it helps to give the physical stimuli that those tissues would respond to in real life. So like if you wanted to induce stem cells to become fresh tendon on like a collagen scaffold or something, you would want to stretch so that there's that what am I thinking? Like tension, strength and tension. You want to kind of periodically stretch along the axis that you're trying to grow the tendon, and that will help them to know what their job is. With bone, if you have like a flow through the piece that alternates which way it's flowing for some reason, although that's not like compressive force the way bone needs to withstand, that induces them to change that. So there is some like directionality input that you give along with the soup of ingredients. But to do what you're doing, where you grow it in any particular shape, there's again a couple ways to do it, but not by telling the cells with chemical signals. Okay. One example would be kind of what the lab I was working in wanted to do, which would be to either 3D print the scaffold in the shape of what you want, and then, as usual, seed it, give it the ingredients, let the osteoblasts do their thing, and cover it in bone. Or what we were ultimately hoping to do is basically make an ink, like very loose term, ink for a 3D printer out of bone ingredients, like living cells, phosphate and calcium, the growth factors that tell them to put bone down. And then the goal was going to be to print bone into whatever shape you want and then have like this preset bone. I think that they were going to have trouble doing that with live cells, but still, even if you did that and then flowed media through that had live cells, some would adhere. But the idea was going to be to use bone bio ink to print bone into any given shape.
Dude, I want like a whole set of bone
chess
knickknacks.
pieces.
Yeah, like I want my like the case for my PC to be made out of bone.
3D printed bone. Honestly,
yeah.
That would be so sick.
Yeah, dude, I want like a vase made out of bone. I don't even need a vase, but if I had a bone one, you bet your ass I'd put it out there.
You probably could, honestly. The tech's out there. I'm pretty certain that there's really good 3D printing labs that are now 3D printing like a nearly indistinguishable analog of ivory, and they're using it with like trackers inside to help catch poachers and the illegal ivory trade.
Ivory is just bone, huh?
Pretty much. And
Damn
if you can print,
right.
if you can print ivory, you can probably print bone.
Yeah. Ivory's cool, and that is kind of, I guess, what I was going for, because you can kind of make whatever out of it, but I was thinking human bone would have more of a character to it.
Well, okay, then we just have to use human cells to do it.
Alright, let's do it then.
I'm sure it's a little more complicated than that. I haven't dug into the deep mechanics of ivory printing.
Yeah, that'll be off-camera research for sure.
My third-year project.
Yeah, exactly. The commercialization of human bone.
Yeah. Honestly, though, the first company that can figure out how to 3D print bone that has the same biological properties and strength and, physical... There's a term for those, like modulus of elasticity, like all of those characteristics. But anyway... The first company that figures out how to print bone in full-size human shape that can mimic those properties and be non-immunogenic and seeded to live is going to become a billion-dollar company.
Yeah.
Like, bone cancer, you can remove the entire bone and replace an entirely immunologically clean, fresh bone of the exact same size,
just
shape,
hot
proportions. That's going to be a huge step forward. When do you think that might happen? My guess
I don't know,
is
whenever you decide to do it, I guess.
My guess is like 2040s. That's probably going to be possible.
And would that new bone just be able to integrate itself into your skeleton and continue to grow with like the rest
That's
of
a huge part of it. The integrating into the skeleton would probably be done more physical surgery-wise because I think stem cells would be the best option, and we're not quite there yet with our manipulation of it. They'll probably still be screwing tendons in and like building it back together with orthopedic surgery. But that would be a huge part of it. If we can grow from stem cells fresh bone marrow to load inside that, that's a huge step forward. Yeah. Or you might need like a bone marrow transplant to accompany it, because otherwise, you're right, it could very much die. This would be like the goal of that would need to be living integration. And I don't know how difficult that would be. You'd probably have to load it with a whole bunch of... VEGF is vascular endothelial growth factor. It promotes angiogenesis, the formation of new blood vessels. You'd probably want to like load the outside of the new bone with that so it diffuses into the tissue and like promotes blood vessel growth. It'd be hard, but that's another hurdle to overcome that is not impossible, I think.
At that point, we might as well just not use bone. We'll use something better. Carbon fiber, perhaps?
Potentially, but there's going to be always insurmountable issues with that because it is not living and integrated with the body.
Right.
It could be stronger, but that might mean...
Stronger, lighter?
A lot of the problem with prosthetics, as I understand it, is that while the prosthetic part might be stronger, putting that in has a corresponding weakening effect on other things. Right. And also, while it's very, very small, bone is a little bit more compressible, softer than carbon fiber or platinum or titanium would be. So when you step, for example, if you have I don't know, let's say an ankle prosthesis, a metal ankle bone that they put in. When you step with a regular one, that hit is absorbed in like the heel, the fat padding there, the tissue, the bone, and it's kind of transmitted up and through your body. When you have a prosthetic or a metal thing that's striking, it basically transmits all of the kinetic force through. So the upstream parts, like your joints and other bones, are more likely to take on stresses and crack and have issues. So, like, there's always some issues.
Yeah, so that's why what I'm saying is you should just replace all of the bones with carbon fiber.
All the bones.
Yeah, exactly. I'm thinking Wolverine-esque.
That's exactly what
obviously you can't do it with metal. That's stupid. Carbon fiber, though, not stupid at all.
That's pretty true. Yeah.
Yeah.
We could inject the fibers.
I don't know what they're teaching you over there in your Texas med school, but I just don't want you to be indoctrinated by this academic establishment. I want you to shoot for the sky, I want you to shoot for the stars, and I want you to start putting carbon fiber in my body, dude.
All right, yeah, I'll work on that.
Okay, bet.
It's going to be a long road, but if I have you to test on, we'll get there.
Dude, absolutely. I'm willing to just be your test dummy. It's like kind of a spoiler, but like that one episode of Invincible where they go to the college and there's like that one genius dude. You can be him.
That's exactly who I wanted to be of that whole show.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll be all of his victims.
It'll go great. Yeah, I'll submit the proposal when I meet with the dean in charge of that stuff next.
Okay, good. Is he a cool guy? Like, do you think he's going to be okay with it, or is he going to be like a bit dickish?
Yeah, they're all pretty cool guys.
Okay, that's good. So he has an open mind to things like this, to experimental procedures.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
we
good.
rethink everything. That's the motto here.
Right. Nothing
Real
is true. Everything is
motto.
permitted.
Yeah, we don't even have to do IRB like board approval for the ethics or anything. We just
That's
get
awesome.
a free It's like the CIA in the 60s.
I've always said that ethics get in the way of good medicine. Oh, was I a good person today? Who cares, dude? Did they live or die? You know what I mean? Do you think House was the most ethical person? No, and he's the best doctor in history.
Often flouted as an example of terrible physician. Yeah.
Dude, there was there used to be a website that like after every House episode they would like review it for medical accuracy and stuff. And apparently like a lot of them were like pretty like cleverly done, like well done, medically like accurate. And then some of them were just like really bad. Like there was an episode where his rival from like college or whatever like comes in and he's trying to like whatever, he's trying to do some procedure and House like doesn't trust him. It's like, aha, the only way you were able to get this procedure done is because you cited one resource from an Indian paper that was never actually real or something like that. It's like, that's just not how the medical system works at all. This would never be allowed.
Terribly off
using
base.
this as evidence. But yeah.
You know what's apparently the most accurate of all those shows?
Grey's Anatomy?
Scrubs.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that.
Scrubs did the best with the medicine side of it.
That's interesting. I love Dr. Cox.
Yeah. We literally had him shown in a lecture. So far once, but that's good enough for me.
Hoping for more.
Yep,
That's when your professor comes in hungover and he's just like, oh, fucking, all right, we're watching Scrubs today.
Dude, my professor, at least for this section, is fucking gold. Great Australian accent.
Nice.
Super, like, spot on for what you want as a professor. Explains things in a good way, skips over the stuff that's, like, doesn't matter, not relevant, answers every question, or says, like, you know, honestly, I don't know, or doesn't really come up that way, not relevant, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you get an honest, straightforward answer. It's awesome. He is fantastic.
Hell
I gotta
yeah.
say, looks like you can cherry pick when you're hiring lecturers for medical school, because it is, like, truly every faculty member I've met so far is A1.
Yeah, my boss, or actually, so this new job, all that kind of stuff.
Congrats.
I was talking to the CEO on Friday, just wanted to like chat me up, whatever, like get to know
Just
me, all
one
this kind of
big
stuff.
swinging dick to another.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, just this like dope dude who he was telling me all this stuff about like space and like the difficulties of space travel and like the problems that we still have to solve if we ever want to get to Mars, and how one of them is the radiation is so bad. And so you would think like, oh well, don't we already have people like surviving radiation in space, like when they're orbiting the Earth and like the ISS and stuff like that? But no, because when you're that close to Earth, the magnetic field of the Earth protects you from like a lot of like the heavier radiation. Whereas if you're going to Mars and there's just that wide gap of empty space with like nothing protecting you, you're screwed. And so he was saying what some people thought you might, or what someone might think you might be able to do is just like increase the thickness of like the shields. But what happens is, like, of the shields of the actual rocket, like the ceramic outside and all that, what happens is the radiation gets all the way through, and then it's basically like a greenhouse effect situation
Trapped
where it
inside.
can't get out. Yeah, and so like the thicker those things are, the more it just cooks everything inside like a fucking microwave. So that's something we haven't figured out. We don't know any material that could like adequately shield human life for that duration of time. But they might start put like water like within the shields and stuff to absorb some of it, like heavy water. So I don't know. Cool stuff, cool problems. Clearly he was just like passionate about his work, and he was a big space nerd, which I appreciated.
Is that what you guys do?
So we have what we sell are microcontrollers that survive super high radiation. So that wouldn't like shield the people, but like it would allow the circuitry to work under super high heat or super high radiation.
Very cool. Still.
Yeah, dude.
What's not proprietary? Can you tell me anything about why they work better with the radiation, even in
Oh,
broad
yeah.
strokes?
It's on YouTube. So without getting too much into I don't know, semiconductor theory and design, but like basically what you do is I'm trying to figure out how to break this down. Did you take a class on like semiconductors and stuff like that? I know that
Not
EE and
specifically.
BME. Okay. Well, there's like a material in there that, depending on a voltage that's applied to it, either is a conductor or is not a conductor.
Familiar.
For like switches and things like that. The problem is, a lot of times these things, when experiencing super high heat or radiation, they can get like fried essentially, and then they always act as just like an open circuit. And so what my company does is in the P well, oh god, I don't want to get too technical, but they've made it like, they've basically put down like a base layer of a super high conductivity that makes it rad hard, which is also just like a dope name.
Rad and hard.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah, the rad hard chips that are able to just funnel a lot of excess current and voltage out that you would experience when the chip gets super highly heated.
So like heat sink, but also radiation sink, but for
Yeah.
charge.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, basically. You got it.
Hire me.
Yeah, dude. You want a job? They're in
If I
Austin.
get 20 hours a week, it'll earn me in-state residency.
You're closer than me, dude. We work with contractors as well, so hey, who knows?
It might just work. Need a janitor.
Yes, for our remote work, you're gonna have to just go house to house and clean.
Yes, I have 20 hours a week for that.
Perfect. For
Plasma
a quick
works
flight
well
up to
because I'm
Connecticut.
making. Yeah, plasma works because I'm making money and studying, but
Right.
I don't know how many lectures I can listen to as a janitor and still get stuff out of it.
So, are there people with better plasma that get paid more money? Like, if you have shit plasma?
I actually
like, no
asked
money?
about that because I have this lovely golden ale. No, a little darker than that. I guess like a nice unfiltered lager colored plasma, and some people have like a greenish or much closer to brown. I was like,
Ooh.
okay, kind of correlated with presenting as less healthy individuals. But I asked someone recently, one of the phlebotomists when I was donating, what that might be.
Phlebotomist?
Phlebotomists are the people that do blood stuff in particular, lab
Okay.
draws, plasma stuff. They're very, very well trained to just do needle sticks.
Right.
And, well, they might have more than that, but I know they at least do needle sticks, broadly speaking.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, depending on a lot of things, like recent meals, regular alcohol consumption, all that can kind of change the color, which makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the things that I've been learning about in class can be in the plasma, bound to proteins, and can change the color. And apparently,
Cool.
birth control pills make it kind of greenish, so that might have explained that. I gotta
Interesting.
gather more data looking around. However, you don't get paid differently based on the color or condition. You get paid differently based on the quantity you can give, which is based on body weight.
Hell yeah, buddy.
Top shelf right here. Take 880 milliliters.
Yeah, dude, I'm just passing this shit out like candy.
It's honestly something that, like, it might even be worth doing a month of for you, just for funsies, because the first appointment takes, and this is shout out for anyone, quick tip, do plasma if you don't, their questions, not mine, as a male, have sex with other men, or ever have, like, HPV, HIV, hepatitis, or live with anyone, or smallpox, or live with anyone, or get in contact with blood, like the usual blood donation questions.
Yeah.
If you meet all of that and have the body weight, iron content, you're generally healthy, you can donate plasma. And there were a lot of people I saw there, or I see there, donating that aren't necessarily very healthy. So I think the bar is pretty low as long as you weigh like $120.
Right. Does plasma also have, like, a type, like a blood type?
No. So what they
Okay.
do, this is a blood cell, I think electrophoresis machine, but it basically like centrifuges it, and then you get your red blood cells back with an anticoagulant so they don't clot, and some saline to replenish the fluid level. So you end up with the same volume of fluid and all your red blood cells, and within like 2 days, your body reproduces all the proteins that you lost. Most of
Yeah.
blood plasma is like protein, water, etc.
Mm.
So most of these donor places have like first month donor bonus or whatever, where instead of getting like $50 per donation, you get like $900, $1,000 for the first 8, which is great because the first visit takes like 3 hours while they do a physical. You watch some informational videos, whatever. Every other visit is like an hour and 15 minutes. Like you get there, check in, they do vitals, they plug you up, and then you can just, if you don't have homework like me, watch Netflix or chill on your phone or read a book or whatever for an hour. It takes like 45 minutes to an hour to actually donate. And then as you walk out, it's like a debit card that gets loaded with X dollars. So for a total of whatever, like 15 hours over the course of 4 weeks, you can make like $1,000, which is
Hell yeah, bro.
nice
That's
if you
not
just
bad
want
at all.
a dose of pocket money.
Yeah, seriously, a quick infusion.
I've been
in
buying gas,
exchange for your
groceries,
exfusion.
and meals out from just my plasma money.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
At least in the first month, it's a fantastic deal.
Yeah.
After
What do you
that,
need
it does
plasma
drop.
for too? Like I probably
You-
got more than enough.
Honestly, you do have way more than enough, and you replenish it real quickly with a healthy diet, including quantity and fluids. Not an issue. But they need it because they can make a bunch of different medication products. Like they can get immunoglobulins from it. Albumin is another protein in the blood. They can purify that out. They can make protein products from human plasma.
Dude, there was in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, there was an evil man who his stand ability was to like control iron. And so he would like rob the iron out of people's blood. And I remember like this guy's like fighting him and he's getting all woozy and he gets cut and then it's like yellow is coming out, like this like translucent yellow liquid. It was like, oh wow, what a nice little attention to detail. That show's so damn creative.
It looks like just blood plasma if he had no hemoglobin or red blood cells.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty pretty sweet.
yeah.
Quaint, sweet, queef, whatever.
Yeah, very queef of them.
Do you have any would you rathers? I sent a couple to you and I also made mental note of a few, but it's been now a week and a half or 2 weeks since we recorded, and I think I forgot them all.
Oh, I do not. I could try to find some real quick.
Look it up while I muse out loud and try to remember some of the ones I've recently seen. I have,
Gotcha.
in my like 5-minute meal breaks from studying, watched the occasional YouTube video recently, and a bunch of them have been the Barstool, like ex-comedian answers the internet, or the internet's weirdest questions or whatever.
Yeah,
Some of those are would you rathers, so I can hit you with a couple of those
Ooh.
while we find deep ones.
Yeah, if you have one, hit me with it.
Would you rather throw up every time you hear someone say McDonald's, or wear a fedora for the rest of your life, and when asked about it, you can only say, I just think it looks nice. Or, I just like the way it looks.
No, the fedora does not come off during sex, honey, because I like the way it looks. Uh, hmm. The McDonald's one, if it was really that big of a problem, I could move to another. Oh, but they're like all over the world in like every language. Um, how much am I throwing up? Just like whatever's in my stomach, it's coming out.
It's not going to be one of those sick ones where you're there for multiple rounds and like dry heaving
Yeah,
also,
yeah.
but it's a throw
Right.
up.
Yeah, it's a trig pull essentially.
Yep.
Or wear a fedora all the time for the rest of my life with nary an explanation to give.
Yeah.
The
Real
thing
tough.
is, what would be cool? What would happen if I like, I don't know, went swimming or skydiving? Is it just like stuck to my head, or do I just have to keep track of it all the time?
Or like you got to get another one immediately.
Yeah, as soon as ASAP.
It's important. You
Um,
definitely have multiple at home if that's the path you choose.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's a big question. Are they all identical fedoras?
Nah, you can have a formal fedora, a bedtime fedora,
Oh, nice. Yeah.
lingerie
Uh,
fedora.
Funeral fedora. Uh, I might go with the fedora, dude. I don't think fedoras. Obviously, they get that like, I don't know,
Milady.
incel neckbeard like reputation, but I don't know. I've seen people can pull off fedoras, and I hope in this hypothetical situation I'm one of them. Which way do you think you're leaning?
Should have expected this to turn back on me. It is the way we do this every time. You also do have a neck beard, so it might look better on you.
That's true.
I
At least it's
don't.
expected of me.
Oh, I can't be long hair and fedora. That's a combo you just can't do. I'd have to cut the hair.
I mean, you
That'd
could
be
just bun
too
it
much.
up. You could bun it up under the fedora.
What's the point if I'm wearing a fedora?
Yeah, true. I forgot it never comes off.
I'm gonna need a jujutsu fedora that straps like headgear.
Yeah. Get like
I
a
think
small belt.
I might genuinely go with McDonald's.
Really?
It's a
I
good
hate
excuse to
vomiting.
be healthy. I don't love it either, but you build a routine, I'm sure. You got mouthwash bottles in the car.
Yeah,
Like-
that's true.
It's a good excuse to be healthier, and if that happens consistently enough, friends and family will know. They might fuck with you, but they'll know.
That's true. Oh my god, during a speech.
Oh my god. Yeah, never running for public office with that, but I'll take McDonald's. I'm feeling risky.
Yeah, building the routine around it is not a... That does help. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it just comes up so often.
Yeah, it fucking does. Memes and everything.
Let's see this. It's hard to pick them on the fly, darn. Ooh, would you rather... Okay. Never have to pee again or never have to sweat again?
Dude, I
I'm
fucking
taking
hate
sweat
sweating.
dude, so easy. I haven't
The
pissed
question
myself
is-
in like months.
Are these
I
both
sweated
magical,
yesterday.
or do I need to think of the physiological consequences because I can't stop now?
No, magical.
Oh, it just disappears. Just doesn't happen. You still get
Yeah.
cooled down as if you were sweating, like during an
Yeah.
endurance activity.
Yeah, we'll say that. Yeah, you don't need to sweat. You no longer need to sweat.
You know, I sweat a lot and it bothers me and is frustrating, but I'm thinking I might lean towards no pee
Why?
because sweating never hurts, and sometimes you have to pee so bad it literally hurts.
Sometimes,
and, like,
yeah.
If a lecture hall's hot, luckily Texas AC is A1, but if the lecture hall's hot, you're just sitting there sweating, fine, but you're not like getting up in the middle of someone's presentation to go take a piss, especially now when like I don't want to miss things. When I wake up in the morning, I have to pee. I usually don't sweat. I think you can mitigate sweat, plus there are some things that are made better with sweat. Like being at the beach, when you're baking and sweaty, the ocean feels that much better. Taking a shower
Yeah.
after you're gross and sweaty, that much better. When I look in the mirror after a workout and my whole shirt has changed colors, I get a sense of satisfaction because of that sweat. I think that the bad might be worth the good with sweating relative to peeing, which it just doesn't feel like the pro cons list outweighs. Sometimes rocking a piss feels great, but it's
Yeah.
never convenient. It's never like, oh, good, the way that taking a shit is.
I don't know, dude.
The only positive from peeing is no longer having to pee.
Dude, if I didn't sweat, I wouldn't need to wash my clothes ever again. Unless I actually, like, spilled something on them. Here's the thing, I'm a big night sweater, too, and, like, it takes me, like, 2 nights for my sheets to get all stinky. Like, it's just no good. Whereas, like, peeing, I do have a very weak bladder in general. Like, I have to pee a lot, but even then... Or, like, even last night when or on Friday when I was, like, out dancing at the club, I was, like, absolutely dripping. Like, which is fine, but if I ever wanted to, like, talk to a stranger or something, or, like, get up close to somebody, and I'm just a large, wet man, that's just not a good look.
I guess that one's been a little farther from my mind. It was so great. I got here to Texas and went out once with a bunch of classmates, and it was a blast. And then I haven't been able to. One time in 2 months, I was so excited, like, pandemic's ending, we can go out, it's time to dance. Did once, and then ran out of all time to go, and the pandemic is back. It's like, yeah, no, that would be nice. I don't know, though. I think I'm going to take the no piss and just deal with it as it goes.
Wow.
Sex sweat smells different. That's a plus.
Yeah.
You want to know you put in work there. Don't want to be judged lazy.
That's true, yeah.
You got to explore all angles.
But yeah, no way. I would say for me, sweating has become far more inconvenient in my life than urination, to use the medical term. Perspiration over urination, dude.
This is a side question, if we're ready to move past this one.
Yeah, sure.
Not a would you rather, and I forget what I heard it on recently, probably a podcast, but if you have an identical clone of yourself, and I don't mean like a clone that then was grown from birth, I mean like true ideal clone scenario, Control-C, Control-V, up until the moment where there was a new clone, share all the same memories, experiences, identity, everything. Until you like look at each other and are like, oh shit.
Right.
If you jerk each other off, is it masturbation or sex? The last 15 minutes, the last 15 of the podcast are always reserved for debauchery. Stop here if you want any more bone growth. Well.
Hey, yo. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be sex, but...
Would it be whatever? Jerking off a different person, or is it masturbation?
No, it's a different person.
Okay.
I would say. Yeah. The fact that you're not doing it, like, yourself. You know what I mean? That it's being done to you by an outside force.
But I hear what you're saying. Okay,
why? Do you disagree?
Up.
Yeah.
No, I think I would still qualify that as a different person in that sense.
Yeah.
Follow up. Not at all in a homophobic way, but for those who are heterosexual, presumably including yourself, would you consider that gay? Or if it's you identically, is that a loophole?
That's a spicier question.
Yeah, not a problem either way. We're not saying would you do it or not, do you judge it or not,
yeah.
just how do you classify that? I know, right? I can go back and forth on this one. Just like my sexuality. I
would say it's still gay. I think. It's definitely a weird scenario, and it's like it doesn't perfectly fit in the bin, but I would say it's closer to being gay than straight.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. That being said, I don't know if I could resist the urge, so maybe I'm bi-curious.
Yeah, I honestly fall split middle with that. There's very strong points of argument either way.
Yeah.
Especially given that your clone would have the exact same attitude about it as you. Like, I don't think I can resist the urge.
We're both crying.
You're both like, yeah.
High-fiving by the end.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
As you catch each other's, yeah. I guess I would
all right.
qualify it there too. Follow up, part 3. Say you're in a committed relationship, you have a clone. If your partner has sex with your clone, is that cheating or not?
And, I mean, did we have a conversation about this beforehand? Or no, this is like, I find out one day.
Play it out either way.
Okay, if I find out and they knew it was the clone, they weren't tricked in a Parent Trap-esque situation.
I think this is where it gets a little fuzzy. I don't want to weigh in yet because you're still puzzling, but an important
Right.
piece that I feel needs to be considered with this question is, have you clearly established who is the clone? Because unless you put a stamp on their head when you produce them, or you wake
Yeah.
up in bed 1 and 2, like, to their perspective, you are equally likely to be the clone. And from, like, a macro view, for all intents and purposes, either one of you could be the clone.
Right, yeah. It really doesn't
So
matter which one is, yeah.
effectively, at that point, it doesn't. If it's, this is the hypothetical of a truly perfect clone, it's not like Steve A and Steve B, it's 2 copies of Steve.
Right. But yeah, let's, for the sake of cheating, I feel like it's a truism that if we're even asking, are they cheating, then we have to assume everything else about it is a normal cheating situation. So, like, they knew it wasn't you, like, all this kind of stuff. Because if they were tricked into it, then they were tricked into it. You know what I mean? But
From your partner's perspective, it's the exact same person. Like, unless
Right.
you told them and then stood next to your clone, they probably would have no idea or believe you.
I would say it's cheating that I could forgive. I'll say that.
think-
It's not great, but, like, at some point it's like, fuck, like, alright, I guess I get it.
I think that it's only cheating if 2 conversations happen. You and the clone determine who is the original.
Right.
Optional, that might need to include who retains the relationship. And second, significant other needs to be aware. If the significant other is not aware and the clone is, and they bang, then it's shitty behavior on the part of the clone, but not
Yeah.
cheating on the part of your partner.
Right. Yeah.
If neither
yeah.
conversation happens, it's free game.
Right. If wait. If neither
If
conversation
you and the
happens, it's
clone
free
do not
game.
establish clearly who is person original and
Right.
person clone,
Yeah.
and probably also establish who is in the relationship. Like, I could see that one going either way. If you are Steve the original and their clone knows they're the clone,
Right.
unless you explicitly have a conversation about the relationship, I think that also falls into the, like, free game. Like, I think that needs to be addressed.
I'm wondering if I had a clone, would my life be better or worse? If I had a clone that I lived with.
It depends a lot on who you are, because they would also be you. Again, we're
Right.
assuming, like, perfect clone scenario, no evil clone tendencies.
But, yeah.
Like, you gotta know that you aren't the type of person who would grow suspicious of or paranoid about your clone replacing you. Because if you do, you both do. And if you both do, that's a problem.
Oh, yeah, no. I'm saying, like, we are... In this scenario, no one knows who the clone is. And every night, we
just
download
2
each
years.
other's... We download the memories of the other one's day. So, like, we wake
That's
up
the
the
ideal.
next day, like, and we are completely the same person every morning.
That might be the optimal one, and absolutely together. The amount
Right.
that I could get done.
Yeah.
The question is, like, do I do it in public as twins that just cooperate on everything and have a great, like, study sesh at the end of the night to catch the other up? Or do I do it in secret and do 2 separate things? Like,
yeah, secret. I'm thinking
that's
secret
what I'm
for
thinking.
sure.
One of
Yeah.
you ends up trying a night job out so that there's no, like, overlap by employer,
Mm-hmm.
but you can do, like, 2 very technical, difficult pursuits.
Yep.
Like,
Or
pursue medicine and YouTubing.
if we weren't doing 2 jobs, like, you would only have to work half as often. Like,
That's true.
you know what I mean? Each one of you just takes like a week on, week off.
I immediately went with optimization. Like, I could pursue 2 careers at the same time.
Yeah.
And depending on them, you could merge those real well. Like, if one was straight up like a YouTube and stand-up career and one was medicine, those don't happen at the same time. So as long as I'm not with someone in
yeah.
front of the other, it's
Right.
like, damn, he's super productive.
You go in like a, what's it called? Like a disguise into like comedy clubs to watch your clone perform.
Yeah, with a date.
Yeah, sit in the back row.
The clone would have a date. I'd perform. Molly, I'm sorry.
Right, of course, yeah. Oh my god, wait, I thought of an implication of this. And now I have completely lost it. But yeah, because I wonder, but also you need to buy twice as much food all the time. Do you think like whatever the perks of that would come up would definitely be worth whatever the setbacks are?
Almost without a doubt.
And then I feel like
government attention.
Yeah, right. And then at some point in your life, maybe you're like, all right, this whole living together thing isn't working. We got our money. Let's you go have a good life, clone.
Yeah, potentially.
Yeah.
But I know that another copy of me would be equally stoked about the double productive potential of it.
Right.
And like we would be cooperating hardcore. Honestly, if we were able to sync memories, imagine just the power of two people focused on one thing. Like imagine how well I could study medicine if I could independently learn two separate things at the same time.
Yeah,
that'd be
true.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. That's how Naruto learned the Rasen Shuriken.
Oh, right. Perfectly comparable scenario.
Yeah, exactly. He just had a bunch of clones all trying to learn it at the same time.
Yeah, perfect. That's brilliant.
Also, you would always have like a perfect adversary in any game, like who's exactly your skill level for like hype-ass games.
Dude, I'd be playing more Smash Bros.
Yeah, absolutely. In the lab, dude, training up.
And also, always someone to cross-jerk off.
Yeah, there you go. What more could you ask for?
To bring it back home. A perfect life. I need a clone.
Yeah, word. I think we all need clones.
All right. You have any other would you rathers to wrap with? That felt like a wholesome packed episode.
Yeah. I think we're good for now. I think we can wrap this one up, and then maybe I'll try to come better prepared with some WYRs for the next ep.
My dumbass saw them, made mental note, didn't take any other note. They're gone.
Dude, mental notes mean nothing to me. I take 1,000 mental notes a day. They all get thrown out.
An assembly line straight to the brain trash.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I'll remember this. I'm making a mental note after all. How could I possibly forget?
That's too real right now. I'm going back to my whiteboard after this.
Yeah. Apparently non-mental notes are the superior type of note.
Who'da thunk?
Yeah, pen and paper notes.
Well, on that note, if anyone knows how to make a clone, please hit us up.
Yeah, we'd love to collab.
Dude, sorry, one other thought. Imagine how easy it would be to get episodes if it could be any two of me and you, you and me, you and you. Or all four of us, fuck it.
Yeah. Oh my god, what a mess that would be. So, did
Beautiful
anyone
mess.
come with any topics? No?
No,
well, there's four of us.
Exactly. Well, we'll see you and your clones next time on
A Couple of Fellas.